everybody, thanks for tuning in to the AFV Factory. I hope you're all well. So about 2 weeks ago now I posted a post that had my name, the AFV Factory, and Amusing Hobbies on there, and just said that something exciting was happening. So yesterday a parcel turned up from Amusing Hobbies. Now I don't know what's in it, other than the fact that obviously it's a kit and it's one of their latest releases. So after chatting backwards and forwards with them for a little while, we both agreed that they would send this kit, and hopefully more as the as time goes by, for me to start doing some reviews, which is one of the things that I wanted to I've always wanted to get into with this the AFV Factory, is doing reviews of new kits that are coming onto the market. I've done a few over the years with stuff that I've got here in my stash, but a lot of those aren't brand new kits, and people have already seen them, they've already read reviews about them. So it's going to be really interesting, A, to see what they've sent me, and B, start doing some reviewing. So what I'm going to do is, this video is going to be the sort of grand opening, if you will, and we'll open the box up and have a look, and look through the sprues, and just sort of a general first thoughts on lifting the lid. And that will obviously mostly be put onto YouTube, but there will be links to that on the other platforms that I'm on. And I will then be doing a sort of an in-depth written review with photos, which will go onto the Facebook page. And from there, I will then just start building the kit, and do, as I always do, a process for you to follow of me building this kit. And as I'm going into it, what I'm finding, good or bad, is it is going to be a transparent review. The last thing I want to do is sort of mislead people. I hate the idea of someone maybe taking my advice and then getting something which they don't feel the same way about it as I do. So I'm very careful with that. But yeah, enough chatter now. Let's go and see what's in that box. Okay, so here it is, fresh from Japan. I've been trying to guess what it might be. Maybe a Tiger P with or without Zimmerit, or with or without an interior. Could be the Black Knight, is it? Yeah, this Russian tank that never was. That was based on a elongated T80. It might be a T80. They are releasing one with an interior. I'm not sure when, but yeah, it's kept me guessing, that's for sure. Nicely packed. And it is a Tiger P, Tiger 1P, with full interior, which is awesome. So there you go. See if I can get it out of the cardboard. So it explains why the parcel was so deep, because of the actual depth of the kit box inside. Goodbye box. So there we go. I was hoping it might be one of these because you know, I know this did exist, this tank, but obviously it was only to use up, I believe, to use up chassis that they had. Again, I believe that Porsche had built, thinking he was going to get the contract to build the Tiger 1 tank. So yeah, a bit of investigating for me just to get some clearer information, i.e., you know, when were they used, where were they used, how many, what happened to them. I know it's going to be small numbers, but yeah, the box is pretty packed. So let's grab a knife. So as I said, this is just a, you know, lift the lid, let's see what's inside. So there's the turret components and the track guards at the top, or whatever you want to call those. We've then got what appear to be some interior parts, because we have got it's a duplicate sprue, and we've got ammunition carousels, they look like. We've got shell heads, shells in racks, headphones. Everything looks really nicely moulded and crisp. Yeah, and we've got 2 of those. Let's escape. Watch out for escaping bits. So I'll do some nice photographs of this, and as I said on the on Facebook, I'll do a, you know, a full written review. This was just all about having a look and seeing what we've got and what it looks like. I mean, what is immediately clear is, you know, the quality of the mouldings. There's some very fine detail there, which you'll see. I'll do some photographs and merge them into this video so you can sort of see what I'm talking about. And that's another duplicate. So this might be, I'm guessing this is some of this is engine components. These might be suspension. They've got little springs on them. So we've got turret bin, commander's cupola, mantlet, turret ring, hatches on here, muzzle brake there, and there's the barrel, which is slide moulded all in one. And again, some very small fine details. These little grab handles. And clear parts. Oh, that's interesting. So you can have the top of your turret clear if you should want to, which makes sense really. If you're going to build all that lovely interior, then you might want to show it off. And then we've got a load of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sprues of tracks. Now, having just built the low, if you've seen those videos or read anything about it, what I've written, you'll know that I was not very impressed by the tracks. However, that was a musing hobby in 2012. Now 12 years later, the tracks have improved in ease of construction. There was absolutely nothing wrong with it quality wise of the low tracks. They were, again, nicely detailed, and they look great now that they're on and sorted out. They're great, but they were a bit of a struggle. But I mean, immediately these look easier to do, and I say that immediately because it looks like they might just be two-piece. There's a little jig there for assembly, but I'll have a look when I finally get down to the instructions and see what they say about track assembly. I know that's something that some people find a little bit off-putting. So, what is that big ring for? You assume it's going to be, I mean, I'm guessing it's what sits down on top of the turret ring. Or it could be to do with the basket, because there's the floor, turret floor. Again, we've got lots and lots of little bits here. Magazine pouches, little drinks bottles, there's a seat there. So obviously a bit of crew equipment working its way in, some jerry cans. Again, lovely moulding, nice and neat. Getting near to the bottom now. So you can see a lot of sprues, as you would expect, as this is going to have a complete interior. So that's the rear of the tank. We've got things here looking like controls for the driver and maybe the radio operator. Yeah, and again, nicely detailed, nice and sharp. And here we have sprockets, etc. So 2, 3 sprues here. So obviously you had a sprocket at the front and the rear, this being a Porsche designed chassis. Oh, I mean, this must be a sprue that is shared. Well, obviously it makes sense it would be shared with the Tiger P with the Zimmerit, because we've got a little patch of Zimmerit there. Again, if you were thinking about getting the Zimmerit version, that looks really nicely done, really uneven and random. Again, I'll do some photographs so you can get a better idea of what I'm seeing. So 1, 2, 3, they're all the same. And a little bit of PE, just some grills. Again, that must be for the carousel, for the ammunition. But I'm always pleased to see small amount of PE, because I struggle with it, to be perfectly honest, so that small amount will be fine. And some generic crosses and numbers. A little bit of twine for tow cables. Oh, what's this? Wow, they look like tow cable ends. That is exactly what they are, in a little box on their own. They may be 3D printed, possibly. Yeah, I think they're 3D printed. And the chassis lower. Not a huge amount going on there, but obviously if it's copied from blueprints or something and it doesn't have anything going on, then you're not going to add to it. Some nice subtle weld seams. I don't know what this is. Oh. It is a poster of the tank in itself, so that's quite a nice touch. And finally we get down to the instructions. Flip that over. Again, I'm not expecting this to be wildly different to any other book of instructions that you've opened up. Just seeing what the process looks like. I'm expecting it to get busier once you get up to the point where you're starting to add stuff into the interior. I've never built an interior kit, and I do happen to have a Mini Art T55A with a full interior, and the amount of stuff that's in the box is so overwhelming that I can't face building it. This doesn't seem to be that daunting. Yeah, I mean, it's what you would expect. It's not bad at all. Everything seems to be laid out and numbered as you would like it. It's it's a case of you only find out when you're building these things whether the instructions fit the build, but I've got no reason to think not. There's that carousel for the ammunition. No, nice diagrams as well that obviously came from the original blueprints. So Amusing Hobby have been able to build this, by the looks of it, from blueprints, which is meaning it's going to be exactly right. So here's the engine. So those little springy things that I thought might be suspension are actually the valves covers. So I'm assuming they're ribbed for, well, thinned, I should say, to keep them cooler. But that doesn't look like an overly complex thing to build. I'm not seeing anything that's making me think, oh my god. Again, some nice period drawings are scattered through this instruction book. Let's find the tracks. Here we go. Yeah, so a little jig where you line up the actual the main part of the tracks, and then it looks like it's got a little tread part that goes on top. It doesn't say anything about no gluing, unless that's written somewhere and I can't see it because I'm looking at this upside down. Yeah, so we'll say undecided at the moment, and we'll have a little play. I'll take some out and have a little play with them and just see how they work, but it'll be interesting to see. But I'm expecting, as I say, I'm expecting good things from this kit, and you know, the progression that they had since the low, which, as I keep saying this, it's a good kit, the low. It's just showing its age a little bit in comparison to the newer stuff they're bringing out, and that is only really rolled steel texture and the tracks. Those are the only things that I retextured the chassis and the tracks. I ended up coming out fine. I just wasn't able to follow their instructions, but you know, they've come on leaps and bounds now. So now we jump onto the turret. And we've got the turret machine gun. And a nice picture at the back. So I'm assuming you can, if you wish, leave everything clear and open and see what it's like inside. I have seen people do that on other models, or if you want, you can paint it all over or have it in an exploded way stack, you know, so that you can see into the turret, into the chassis. So yeah, early days, it looks great, and we'll carry on from here. As I say, I'll do some photos which I'll feed into this video in various places, and we can start the journey of this Amusing Hobbies Tiger 1P, and hopefully have a bit of fun with it and see where it takes me. All right, cheers for now, and I'll be catching up with you soon.